You know, I've never done anything mean to Troy. Every time I see him, I hug him and tell him how awesome he is.
I know, and I appreciate it. But it's not going to change how I act. I've acted like this, and I still get those responses.
I know, because I genuinely care about you.
Great.
Fantastic.
I really shouldn't, though, because you're an asshole.
I am. I've never told
care
any.
about your well-being.
I appreciate it. I've never told any. I think every single person I've ever met in my life, I have specifically told, I am an asshole. I'm a nice asshole, but I am an asshole.
You really are.
But you know what? If you're gonna be an asshole, you might as well be a nice, primed and proper, clean asshole.
Well, because I know if anything were to ever happen, Troy would have.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or if I was like, yeah,
you can trust Troy.
Yeah.
You can trust Troy with your well-being. You just can't trust him with your feelings.
Yeah. Although I feel like if I was ever actually genuinely hurt, he would probably apologize. In his weird, mean way. He would apologize.
I'm sorry you can't take a joke.
Did I hurt your feelings? I'm so sorry. You're really fragile.
Thanks for the apology.
Man, I wasn't even swinging the hit, man. Whew. Okay, so shall we start?
Sure.
Are you done with your stuff?
Yeah, I'm done.
Alright.
Okay, so when we last left our adventurers, okay, so Lucius has made a lot of rash decisions. He's made a lot of enemies. It's actually caught the attention of a couple people in this very large group of caravans. As you guys are traveling in the following morning, a few of the caravans kind of like go towards some of the smaller villages, kind of like littered around this around the tradeway. Rena notices she has like a very sore spot near her neck. She attributes this sore spot to possibly somebody poisoning her or putting some sort of sleeping agent on her while she was sleeping, to just knock her out completely.
How the hell did they poison me?
You guys are not very good at keeping watch.
Look, I don't know about you, Carlos, but every single time I say I'm gonna sit there and make noises and pretend like I was asleep,
Yeah, he's been
if you
awake.
can't tell, just let it slide. Can't see everything.
Who? You were supposed to be watching.
You just always need to remember that I have to roll for somebody's stealth.
Yeah, no.
So no matter how good you think you are, there may always be somebody better.
Yeah, I know. I rolled like 14 ones yesterday. I get it.
All right.
Yeah. Also, now Jordan understands how she can possibly identify any future Harpers. She's still an initiate, so she does not have a tattoo of her own. But
Yeah, I know that.
yeah, so but now you guys have a friend amongst ya.
Wait. So I got poisoned. That's why I slept through the night and got my bow stolen.
What happened?
Somebody poisoned me, and that's how my bow got stolen.
Yes. They hit you with the sleeping agent.
Yeah. The fact that they were able to hit me with a sleeping agent means that they have skills. So
To pay bills.
they have skills. So if who was just easily able to take that longbow, something's up.
That's for you to decide. So, as you guys are journeying down this down the coastway, nearing a
Did who tell me who took my bow?
No.
So I have no idea that's who took it. I don't know whom took it. I just know that who found it.
Yes.
Who the fuck took my bow?
Whomis?
I can't say it without you making a damn joke.
I'm telling you, just say who.
Right. So I don't know who took it, but I know that who found it.
Yes, this is great. Yes, and he's probably not going to share that information with you.
Yeah, that's fine. I was gonna try to keep an eye on people, but now I'm just going to be like, who the fuck did this?
So as you guys are journeying, a couple caravans kind of trail off. More caravans join. As one of the new caravans join you, it seems to be another adventuring party. They're kind of going around for hours throughout the day, just telling tall tales of all the things that they've accomplished and all the creatures they've killed along the way. some of the most ferocious monsters and foes that Faerun has to offer. Their tales are quite exciting. Tales of killing dragons and wraiths, and finding a large assortment of orcs and massacring them all. Sometimes being outnumbered, sometimes 5, even 10 to 1, and always coming out on top. As you kind of hear all these tales, you start kind of chatting up the merchant that hired all of you, and start telling the merchant about how amazing they are, and how he would be lucky to even have them within his company, for they are possibly the strongest warriors this side of the Sword Coast.
Okay.
The merchant seems to be intrigued by their words. He hears a few tales and kind of lets them go on their way. They go from caravan to caravan, just chatting up as many possible caravan owners as they can.
I walk up to Ulu and I'm like, big words doesn't always mean big actions. Sometimes it's the quiet ones that might surprise you. And just leave it there and walk away.
Okay.
Putting a little doubt in his mind.
You can see that the words that you tell him don't really have an effect on him, seeing as he's seen nothing but trouble from the entire group that he's hired since you guys have joined him.
I would say he's seen nothing but good things from me.
And me, I haven't done anything wrong.
Well, Lift runs off. Who runs off? Although with permission from the merchant, but he just sees that you guys are a little troublesome from time to time.
Just a couple of us.
Just a few. Just a few.
But the most of us are quite
nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Just not sure if he wants to pay you, if there's plenty of good adventurers around.
Yes, but any that are cheaper.
10 GP for this trail is a lot. Just
Yes, but are they gonna ask for more or less?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question. Do you really want to take that chance? I wouldn't.
And he's just gonna kind of do his own thing.
Can I? I'm scanning the area. Where's that merchant who overheard Lucius spill the beans?
He's in the caravan, a little ways in front of you.
And where's our Harper friend? Hold up, where's his name? Carlin.
He is currently inside of, or on top of the horse that Lucius saved.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to Carlin. Carlin,
Yes.
do you see that merchant over there in that cart?
Which one?
I point to the one from the night before.
Oh.
That who was
You mean-
trailing.
You mean the ugly one?
Yes, the very ugly one. Do me a favor. Try to keep an eye on that one.
Okay. Is there any particular reason
seems-
why?
It seems Lucius name-dropped a mutual friend of ours. And he took particular interest in it before walking off.
Are you talking about when Lucius said the words "Cult of Dragon" in a...
Carlin! Obviously, yes! And I look around. Did anyone hear it?
No.
Alright. Carlin, a bit more discreet, please.
Okay.
Yes. He overheard it.
I mean, I was
Piqued
just...
his interest.
A lot of people heard it. I was just kind of repeating what he said.
Yes, I hear that. But we don't want to keep saying it. When Lucius said it, yes, others heard, but he was the only one who reacted. I'm a bit worried. And we don't know what he did in that caravan of his. Because for some reason, I just completely did not act.
He slept.
Fuck you. some of us have to work early in the morning.
He did do. He slept.
I hate you. But I also
Okay.
don't.
So he
You do that for me.
he's gonna he's gonna keep an eye on this merchant for you. He's gonna eye any suspicious activity, since he's after the same thing you guys are.
I'm gonna perception check and see if I notice anything suspicious so far. Especially, I'm looking specifically at the caravans that has traveled with us since Baldur's Gate.
Okay, and I'm actually gonna
16.
I'm gonna just interrupt you, because we have to continue through this stuff. And as you're trying to survey a good majority of these caravans, you're unable to see into any of these caravans. They're all covering a large majority of their goods. If you wanted to get a closer look to anything on this road, you would literally have to climb onto those caravans and look through them like who did the night previous.
I'm probably gonna stealth next time we make camp, but okay.
Okay.
I was looking at the people specifically.
You would have to
but
stealth if you would like to stealth. You would have to stealth when we make camp.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
So
do.
so when everything is kind of like either
Alright.
slowing down or anything else. But before you can even ask another question, one of the caravans loses a wheel,
Oh.
and this caravan is being run by two gentlemen who you've seen in the distance, but they haven't really spoken a lot, and they haven't really made any friends along the way. It's been well over 10 days, and they've kind of just kept to themselves. They haven't hired any additional guards. They really haven't done anything suspicious. They've just been relatively quiet gentlemen. But as you guys are kind of going around a bend, one of the large rocks protruding from the side of the road kind of captures its wheel in the wrong way, shattering it, and having the caravan kind of like topple to the side. As the caravan topples to the side, a few of the crates kind of tumble free, and one of them smashes upon the ground, revealing dozens of beautiful items of jewelry wrapped in wool.
I go over to help them pick up their things.
Okay, and as you as you get closer, you can
I'm gonna tell them, do you want help? Sorry.
Okay, so as you're asking them, they kind of tell you like stay away from the boxes. Just stay away from them. As they're like angrily picking up all the contents of their spilled cargo, and they're putting them back into the box and putting it back. A lot of the caravans stop at this moment, and they start they kind of help them put on one of the new wheels onto this caravan. A lot of these caravans are obviously traveling with replacement parts. And they kind of just ask you to just like please please back off as they put everything back on, replace your wheel, and try to go about their way again.
I'm sorry. I just thought maybe it'd be easier to do with another hand.
Yeah.
What do these men look like?
These men are two human men, both short and stocky. One with brown hair, the other one with black hair and a very thick beard. They're wearing very common clothes. They don't seem as if they're wearing any sort of armor. The only weapons on their person are very simple weapons that looks as if they're trying to defend themselves.
Rena, by the way. Put my hand out. Bat my eyelashes.
They look at you and they look at your hand like outstretched, and they're just like, "Be gone, elf."
No need to be so testy. And I walk away, noting where they are for later.
Yep. So a few of the other merchants kind of like witnessed a scenario between the two of you, or between the three of you, and a couple of them kind of like start talking amongst themselves about what came out of those crates.
Yep.
Okay.
I walk over to Tamilis. And Lucius and Yondo and who. And I tell them pretty much what I saw. I was like, remember when we were supposed to be keeping an eye out for anything suspicious? They have a lot of treasure wrapped up in wool. And I don't know if you noticed, but they got very angry when I tried to help. Now, either they were afraid I was going to steal something, or they're hiding a bit more than they let on.
So what are we gonna do about it?
Well, I plan to investigate a little later, but perhaps another set of eyes on it might be very helpful.
Oops.
But if you see anything suspicious, perhaps Who and I could check it out later when we make camp again.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so with that, the journey just continues north, but all of a sudden a slight rain kind of starts to hit all of you as the wind grows a little chilly, and everybody just starts covering up all of their caravans with large tarps, trying to make sure that none of their goods are tarnished during this little bout of rain. But as the day progresses, it starts getting progressively worse, as all of a sudden everyone has to kind of like cover themselves and go at a much slower pace due to all the rain. And
So we're making camp.
as you as you guys are traveling, you can see what looks like a very large building surrounded by a couple small farmhouses. It looks like a hostel, just kind of on the side of the road, with a huge amount of caravans, kind of like on the outskirts, and everyone is just kind of grateful that they finally see something that doesn't require them to sleep on the cold, wet ground tonight. As you enter this inn, you have about 30 people with you at this point. You know, it ranges anywhere from 30 to 50 people, give or take, depending on how many people are coming and going from this caravan. And as you enter, you can feel a very warm, comfortable air. The common room within the main confines of the inn is very, very friendly and inviting. But as you approach the counter, you can hear the innkeeper apologizing to several of the other people who have journeyed with you, as he tells everyone that the entire inn has been sold out. You know, that all the private rooms are taken, and even the common room is reserved for a private party tonight. He says, unfortunately, the caravans and everyone with you will have to spend the night outside. As you are looking around the room, you can see that the actual inn doesn't seem as if it's too crowded. You just see one group. You see an aristocratic gentleman and his entourage of three humans that they all look like they're dressed in very fancy clothes. Seem to be nobles. As you're passing by, ready to go back towards your caravan, all four of the gentlemen smirk at you, making comments such as "sleep tight" and "have a pleasant evening." And you can hear them muttering insults under their breath about how everyone looks all mud spattered and how they look like low-bred countrymen. As you go back outside towards the caravan, you can see a very large stable. Just kind of what seems to be empty, with only a few horses in the stable. What's your next course of action?
So, there is space for people, but these gentlemen have bought out everything
Pretty
so
much.
that they could just lord it everyone.
Perhaps you should suggest to them to share.
Here's hoping they're not that intelligent, huh?
Doesn't hurt to try.
Well, okay. So, from last time, we slept. I got my stuff back because I was using my channel divinity. So, okay. Alrighty.
We just have to go back in, and then hey, if it fails, Tamalis, we can always ask the innkeeper if we can rent the stable, so at least the people can have a warmer place to stay for the night.
Okay. See how I can gonna approach this gentleman.
Okay.
I probably
You
look
take
a little
lift
bit
with you.
intimidating
You should take lift with you.
with the armor.
So we're actually not gonna play lift anymore because he's becoming too much of a clutch for you guys.
Damn it.
I can fill that role, but I don't know how much a dirty bird's gonna help.
Probably
No.
not much. Do you want help,
Okay.
Tamalis? Don't know how much I can help, but I can be there. Moral support.
I guess I can handle it, but it
Alright.
would be nice to have someone around, though.
I'll be with you.
Just in case.
I'll be with you.
Alright, so but I want to put on my priest robes, my vestments.
Smart. Smart.
Okay. Okay, approach this gentleman
Okay.
and introduce myself as a priestess of Sunune.
Okay. And
And
he looks at you. And he's just like, "What do you want, half elf?"
okay. So while I'm talking to him, I'm gonna try to read his thoughts.
Okay.
And he needs to, you got to do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
See if I can read his thoughts or not.
No. Roll low.
19.
Damn it!
So I can try again, but I'll just try to talk to him at first.
Okay.
Um,
He's gonna see that you've kind of hesitated and you tried what seems to be just kind of like concentrating on him since and he's gonna be like, "Are you broken, half elf?" I said, "What do you want?"
it's come to my attention that the inn has been bought out for a private function.
Yes.
And I was wondering if it was perhaps you who has bought out the inn.
It was me and my friends. What of it?
Just the three of you? It's three of them, right?
4.
Four of you?
Him and 3 others.
Okay.
And he was like, "Well, when we sleep, we don't like to share our space with peasants and filth, such as yourself. So we always ensure that we have the most comfortable spot."
I'm not sure if you noticed, but she's definitely not a peasant. And I'm absolutely not a peasant. Even if we are a bit travel worn.
You can speak well, but that doesn't mean you're as good as I am. So please, stop wasting my time and just leave. Enjoy sleeping out in the cold.
I would think a man of your means would be a bit more generous with those.
If I was generous, do you think I would be a man of my means?
Yes,
No.
my father was.
No, I don't give 3 shits about your father, girl.
Gosh. I'm gonna try again. This is my last try though.
As you guys are conversing, every single time this guy gets really snooty with you, his 3 friends behind him start laughing and like kind of like slapping each other as if they're really enjoying the interaction.
As Tamalis concentrates to kind of make sure that they're not focusing on her, I'm going to keep talking.
Okay.
Perhaps a bit of a trade.
You have nothing that I want.
Not even a sport of entertainment. What kind of aristocrats are you if you don't have your own bard?
And he's just
Seems a bit boorish in here.
he's gonna be like, the only entertainment that I need is knowing that you have to sleep on the ground.
Oh, that's so sad. That's all you can get enjoyment from. Poor dear.
It's all
I
I
guess
need.
you're not used to the finer things in life.
Oh, I'm used to the finer things in life, girl. And you're not one of them, and neither is your stupid friend over there.
She's not a bard. She's a priestess.
No, he points
Dear
at the
me.
Ganassi. The obvious bard.
Oh well, he's not with us. You said he wasn't in it. I'm assuming he's still outside.
No,
The
you guys are still within the common room. I'm just not using
Okay.
lift because, once again, he's become too much of a clutch.
Fine. Just trying to keep Michael involved.
Stats.
We just been trying to keep Michael involved. That's all. We're not
Okay,
using.
you can roll for him if you like, but you also have to speak for him.
You have to be him. I don't
I've
care.
done it
I'll try
before.
to read his thoughts again.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
assume that she's reading his thoughts while I'm talking to him. That way,
I mean, I'll
they don't
try.
notice. Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna try to read his thoughts again. He rolls a 17.
What the fuck? You know what,
This guy's
Carlos?
too blind.
Huh?
I said, God damn you, Carlos. Stop rolling high for these people.
No, that's still a 15.
I would have won with a 15.
Too bad.
He needs a 16. 16 is the thing you gotta beat.
Oh, that's hilarious. Beat it by 1.
Yeah.
So he's gonna just look at you, and he's gonna look at his friend, and it's just like, looks like these idiots don't know when they've been beat.
I didn't realize there was a competition here. We were just having a friendly conversation.
I'm not your friend, girl.
I didn't say. Friendly and friend are quite two different things, but perhaps you were a bit too daft
Yeah.
to realize it.
And with that, he's gonna stand up from his chair. You can see now that this guy towers over you, and as he gets closer to you, he kind of like moves his cloak out of the way, revealing a very ornate and beautiful sword. And he has very, very what looks like armor, completely like running through his entire body. This man has seen many, many fights before, despite his wealth. And he seems as if he would kill, not here, but he would seek out an opportunity to possibly kill somebody.
I'm sorry. Are you really gonna kill a dirty peasant elf?
Well, sometimes you do gotta throw out trash.
Not trash, dear. Fancy robes and fancy weapons aren't always the most impressive. Seems most people tend to put on airs when they have something to... Pause. What's the word? When someone has a small compensate. Compensate.
Yeah, and he's just like, keep talking like that, and you're gonna find out exactly what I'm compensating for.
And he's just got all his attention on her, huh?
Yep.
Yes,
I'm gonna
but
try
do it again.
But
Do
this
it
time,
again.
it's just the spell now. Now I'm actually wasting spell slots. I'm not reading his mind or anything. He
Okay.
still has to do a saving throw.
Okay.
16.
16.
So he beat me though?
Mm-hmm.
That's some
Yeah.
bullshit. You know, I can still keep casting this.
Just do it, Tamla. Just don't get me killed.
I don't know. I don't understand what you're trying to probe this gentleman for.
I was just trying to have an easy way into his mind so he will automatically have to do what I say.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I can just cast the spell.
So he's actually gonna he's gonna just look at Rena. He's gonna kind of like crouch up straight to her face, and he's like, "You're boring me now," and he's just gonna start walking away towards his room, as his friends just goes like, "Oh my god, I thought he was gonna kill her." It's like, wouldn't that have been something? But he doesn't want to dirty his armor with
More like he's a coward.
with blood. And with that, he's gonna turn around, and you're actually gonna have to do a dex saving throw.
Okay. Tamla, this was your last shot. 20.
20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as he walks up to you, he's just gonna backhand the hell out of you.
He hits me?
Yeah, he's actually just...
With a 20?
He's gonna hit you with a 20.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay. You can uncanny dodge, but he's not actually gonna do any damage to you.
That's fine. I'm still gonna dodge it though, so it'll look cool.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, that's not how that works at all. So he's actually gonna backhand you, and he's just gonna be like, "Leave the inn now before you make trouble with me and my friends."
Well, I can try the spell again.
Make him apologize.
One more time.
Yeah.
This guy has really fucking high stats. Fuck you.
Where is it?
What is it?
Wrong thing.
Did you
What
just
is
give me an
that?
18 or a 2? I swear
That's
to God,
a
I'll
2.
kill you.
No, it's
two.
an 18.
Ah!
I don't know, man. I saw that too there.
I saw the 2 as well.
Yeah, no, it's because it's right underneath it.
I fucking hate
Wow, just like she is.
Yep.
Garbage.
And now he's just gonna kind of like he's gonna just walk over to one of the larger rooms on the first floor, and he's just gonna be like enjoy sleeping in the dirt where you belong, little bitch. And he's just gonna slam the door
That's
with that.
terrible.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't slit his throat in the middle of the night. I whisper. To Tamilus.
I don't
Yeah.
have one other than
Yeah.
you are the first person that they think did
So
it.
the three gentlemen who are sitting behind him are just kind of like mocking everybody, just going like have fun sleeping in the cold. I hope your horses don't die, as they
Have
start
fun
as
hiding
they
behind
start
your
like
friend.
drinking ale, and then they all slam down. And as they slam down, they all take off their cloaks, and you can see that they're all dressed in this very good armor, and what seems to be battle-worn weaponry is like kind of holstered around them. All four of these men seem as if they've seen many battles, which is why they don't scare easy.
Come on, Tamilus. At least outside, we know when we're sleeping with filth.
Is there something you wanted to follow up with?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm done. Why?
No, we're just
We
wondering.
can go talk to the
To the innkeeper.
innkeeper
that's
and
right.
see if he's
Yeah.
willing to.
I'm sorry, I'm just really angry right now at you.
At me?
Yes, you!
Look, you're
Why
apparently
are you
not.
rolling so high.
You're apparently not angry enough to magic hand to push all their shit off the table, but okay.
I don't have mage hand.
You don't have mage hand?
Oh, I do have mage hand. I'm not
Too
gonna.
late for
No,
that.
that's gonna instigate a fight. I'm not trying to instigate a fight here.
Hey, the hand's invisible. They have no clue what's going on.
Is it invisible?
I'm pretty sure the mage hand's invisible.
I don't
doesn't
feel
matter.
Like it is. It says a spectral floating hand appears.
Oh, it's underneath the table. That's fine.
Who can do something? Who watched the entire thing?
No, I didn't. I was outside. Who said I was inside?
We're all in the common room.
Any of the characters that are not playing are in the common room. Wherever you guys start having interactions, I'll just move those characters there in my brain.
Alright, let's go to the innkeeper.
Okay, so the innkeeper's like, it's like I'm so sorry for those gentlemen, but it's like,
It's alright.
there's nothing I can do.
It's alright. We understand. He's a bastard. It's good.
Yeah, he's not the first one to come through here.
We were just trying to do what was right for our group.
And for everyone else who's been traveling.
They're very tired, but we understand there's not much you can do. But perhaps there's something you can do to help us.
I mean, I'm not sure what else I can do. What's the request?
It's pouring rain outside. Our people are very tired. We've been out in the field of the dead, no warmth, for several days, close to weeks. I noticed that your stable doesn't have a lot of horses. Perhaps we can pay a bit of coin, and our people can sleep there for tonight.
As soon as you say that, you can hear this guy just like hollering with laughter behind you. As one of the three men just start laughing. It's like, girl, we bought the stable too. our horses are rather picky about who they share their space with. We have to reserve all of it too, you know, for their sake. You understand, I'm sure. As he
Oh,
kind
yes,
of
it must be very hard to sleep with a bunch of asses.
as he kind of just like laughs and just kind of like starts walking away from you, laughing. And with that, you're a lot of the people who are in the common room with you, other merchants are just starting to yell, and they're furious. Like they don't want to sleep on the cold white ground, and they start like telling these men that their mothers were whores, and that everything that they are is unforgivable, and that if they're going to sleep with the horses or in the stables, there's nothing they can do to stop them.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and with that, these men are actually going to start getting rather agitated, and they're going to walk up to one of the gentlemen that actually spat all this out. And it's actually the father that was traveling with his 2 children and his wife. And as this guy gets up close to him, he's just like this. He's like, I have children. They can't sleep out in the rain. And then the guy just, without even saying a word, just headbutts him. Just straight up breaks his nose, and the thing is like, stay on the ground, or else I'll fucking kill your wife.
I run over to the man.
Okay, as you run over, he's just like bleeding profusely, blood dripping down onto his shirt. His wife is screaming and his kids are crying as this man just starts like the man who hit him is just laughing.
It's all right. It's all right. I look up at him. It's like big words from a big man hitting an unarmed gentleman in front of his wife and children. You should be ashamed.
Ashamed? He threatened me. He threatened my horses, my property.
He didn't threaten you. He's trying to protect his children. Do you have no humanity? Or are you just proving that humans are nothing more than pale orcs?
And with that, a couple of humans from the caravans are like, wait a second.
No. Him, just them. You're fine. I like you all. Yeah. We're trying to get you a place to stay.
They're not angry. They're just like, wait a second.
Oh.
That's a little generalized, lady. They're not upset. They're just like, hey, wait a minute.
Not you.
I want to turn to the innkeeper. How much did they pay you for this?
They paid me quite handsomely. A few thousand gold.
You're willing. 2,000 gold.
A few thousand gold.
Few thousand gold.
You don't have the money, Tenless.
I'm not. Don't worry. It's certainly a lot, but is it worth the reputation of your establishment? Because everything that is happening here will be spread along the tradeway to Baldur's Gate, to Waterdeep, to Daggerford. All of these fine people that are forced to sleep in unconscionable conditions on your property because of the will of a few men does not reflect well upon you, sir.
I mean, technically, that's not her problem.
So, the actual innkeeper, the innkeeper is actually going to tell you is like, I was like, cleric, I understand your point of view, but business is business. This is the way it is on the coastway. When you're traveling north or south, you know, you have to protect yourself and the rest of your family before anything else. And this money will go a long way. There'll be other days. There'll be other ends.
I'm busy wiping the man's nose with the tattered robes I have.
And with that, Lift is actually gonna just be kind of like healing his nose and making sure that he's okay. And with that, a bunch of people are just gonna be really upset, and they're gonna start storming out, preparing their caravans for a rather uncomfortable stay out in the cold.
We're still in the fields of the dead, right?
Yes, you're still in the fields of the dead.
So if I was to light a fire...
You would put everyone in this entire place in danger.
Alright. I'm super freaking bitter right now.
I just had a really...
See, I knew that this interaction that they had presented me was gonna just fucking destroy Jordan, but I was like, man, the way that they fucking wrote these people, woo!
Listen.
And I make it way worse.
I'm upset.
This is not fun.
because a lot of this is determined on your rolls, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
you can't knock
Everybody
me for the
knows.
dice rolls, okay?
No, everybody knows that when someone rolls against me, I always lose.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Against me, always.
Like I'm thoroughly upset about the situation myself, but since Who is actually wretched, he's used to like being treated like this and actually living out just in dirt and just sleeping like in dirt all the time.
Okay.
So it's not like
I'm used to seeing these situations also as the cleric.
Guys, you might be in trouble today because I literally I'm rolling like a bunch of times. I'm getting like 17, 18, 19, natural 20, natural 20,
Stop,
16,
stop rolling.
17.
Stop rolling. Enough.
no, keep rolling. Use all the rolls. Use all the
18,
rolls up.
20,
Use up your luck.
12, 14, 14, 18.
Hey, give me that 14. I want to go talk to that guy.
Okay, so what is your next course of action, guys? So these guys, obviously, they can't be convinced to let you share anything that they've rented out. It seems as if they're getting pleasure from your misfortune.
We should just ignore it, guys. I did a 20 for my deck save and still got fucking backhanded. Their stats are really high.
Yeah,
I think
I've
someone
dodged whole things and been hit by fire. and shit,
Quietly light
Also
a
upsetting.
fire
Mm-hmm.
and blame it on someone else.
yeah. No, because then that would bring.
I want
Yeah,
to
that
see.
was-
I wanted to set the whole stable
We
on
have
fire. Trust me,
children.
I've thought about it. I
I
don't want to.
Tam, we have
know this
children.
is not me as my cleric.
Oh.
I just want to see what comes out of the fields of the dead.
I mean, I
Hey,
do too, but
I'm
Tamara,
really curious.
we have children with us. If we hadn't fucking stuck kids on our caravan, absolutely light the fucker up.
Well, then hold on, Carlos. I have a question. You said that that first guy, he took a room on the first floor, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Since who is actually extremely comfortable about sleeping out in shitty conditions, because that's what he's done his whole life.
Yep.
Do I know? Can I tell which room is his exactly, and I can sleep outside the window, right
Yeah,
underneath
absolutely.
the windowsill? Perfect. I'm gonna have Who just sit outside the window and do that thing that Who does, where he pretends to be asleep or is asleep, and no one really knows. But he's just making very loud snoring sounds all night long.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay, so I guess since we can't convince these people,
Assholes. Just say
gentlemen,
it. Just say it. Just say it, Tamara.
I can't convince these gentlemen to be decent in any way. I'm gonna go outside and try to make people as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna check
Go
on
and
that
see
family.
if anyone has any hurts and do some prayers. I'm still in my robes, you know.
Oh, I had a scroll of charm person. Fuck, guys. Fucked up. Oh well.
Okay. As you guys
So
are going
I've
outside,
made myself available to the folk.
I'm gonna
And-
check specifically on the family of the man who got fucking headbutted.
okay, and as you're kind of like traveling outside, trying to locate the rest of this family, he's kind of like run off to go make sure that he has a comfortable place for his son and daughter to sleep in at night. You can hear conversations from other people, which is like, it's like, look, I don't have any qualms with killing them in their sleep. How about we just sneak in there, we kill them, take their bodies and burn them out in the fields. And
I overhear this.
yeah, and as you as they're conversating, they see you like kind of just like stopping your tracks and just like, it's like, maybe that elf over there might want to help us. She seemed to have a huge problem with those twits.
I would like to say to Rena before she makes any decisions.
I wasn't gonna make any rash decisions. I promise.
I'm just saying, I actually have no problem with whatever you decide to do. As a cleric, it's perfectly okay. Whatever you want to do.
I think
look
Tam
over
needs
Me
to
and my
reread what
goddess
it
will
means to be a
completely
cleric.
understand. No,
I
no.
look
As a
over-
priestess of Selune, she would completely agree with murdering these guys in their sleep.
So
Or just murdering them in front of everyone. She wouldn't care.
So
Because
would
this is an injustice
Yeah.
of epic proportions. Because she's all about equality and treating people the same. So that's completely against her will. Just saying.
Is all about protection, especially of elven peoples. The fact that she put a couple of they put a couple of elves out, she would totally back me up on killing this dude too. But but I'm gonna look over to the merchants, and as much as I would love to slit his throat, and trust me, I really want to. We have children here. We need to show them that we are better. They call us filth. I think our hands are much cleaner than theirs. Not to mention, if we do burn their bodies, we're still in the field of the dead. I'm not sure about you, but it seems like a lot more trouble than it's worth.
And they're gonna just look at you as like, do as you please, elf, but don't tell us how to run our lives. I'm not sleeping out in the cold.
If you want to kill them, perfectly fine. Just do me a favor, don't burn their bodies, and be very, very careful. I saw that armor. And I might not look like much, I might seem very young, but I'm 174 years old. I know a battle-worn man. He's seen a lot of fighting, and I don't think he's going to be very easy to kill. Please understand that anything you do will reflect upon the whole, and we have children here. Compassion will win out. And this is coming from a woman who slit a lot of throats. Compassion might be the way this time around.
At this point, they're gonna just ask you to politely let them converse and plan out these men's murders, as they start pulling out very well-made daggers. One gentleman actually has a very sturdy longbow, and the other one just kind of pulls out what seems like another battle-worn great axe from his from the back of his caravan. He's like, and they kind of all look at you as like they're not the only ones who've seen a lot of battle.
Well then, just do me a favor, don't burn their bodies. Think you can do that?
Don't burn the inn.
No.
Don't kill the innkeeper and his family, please.
No promises.
Yeah. If you do need help, I'm right out here.
Okay. And as these men kind of just like keep talking amongst themselves, you're gonna obviously journey back to your caravan, correct?
No, I'm gonna go look for the family.
Okay.
I've just made myself available for cleric duties.
Okay.
And I'm snoring as obnoxiously loud as possible in front of this guy's window.
Just trying to help people get as comfortable as they can
Okay.
in these conditions.
So as Jordan kind of like finds his family, the guy's just kind of telling his children that everything's gonna be all right, and that it's like that they'll find a warm place to sleep eventually.
I walk over.
Okay.
How many kids does he have?
2, a son and a daughter. The daughter's younger.
I look over and I pull out 2 fresh apples that have been in my backpack, and I give one to the girl and one to the boy.
How long have these apples been in there, Jordan?
Since Fendover.
Deception, I can roll it. It's fine. They're crap.
Well, you could easily say it was part of your food that the dude gave you.
Eh.
He's been feeding us.
Ooh, yeah, it's true. Can I say that?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if these are the same apples that you've had in your bag since like fucking the first story.
I wasn't sure if you were actually gonna do the whole things go bad in my backpack thing.
I mean, they should. I mean, I ain't gonna let you walk around with a banana for months on it.
They should, but I wasn't sure if you were going to, so I was gonna test it.
Okay, so you actually pull out a couple of provisions that you've kind of earned along the way, and that Antar was able to give you. You kind of snug away a couple little tiny sweets, and what you give the kids are like little tiny sweet cakes that you pull from some of the provisions. You're kind of saddened to see the cakes go, considering that Rena isn't gonna have the cakes herself, but she's happy to make the day for for two young, sad individuals. And the gentleman just kind of looks at you, and he puts one hand on your shoulder. He's like, "I want to thank you again for standing up for me when I was obviously beaten and bruised."
It's all right. And I look over to his children. You should be very, very proud. You have a very brave daddy.
And the little girl's gonna look up at you. She's gonna smile, her face just full of cake. And the boy's just gonna be like, "Dad's really tough. That guy was pretty big."
He was very big, and I'm quite small.
You are
He was a
really
bit
small.
scary. I am very small. You're almost my height, aren't you?
And he just kind of like nods as he just stuffs the rest of the cake inside of his mouth.
I look over at them and was like, I'm not sure if we're gonna have a place to sleep tonight, but I hope that you and your family can stay warm.
And the wife is she's gonna thank you, and she's gonna say like they've always been able to find something, and even if they have to sacrifice their own comfort, the children will always come first.
You're wonderful parents. May Sahani bless you.
And with that, they're gonna just accept your gratitude, and they're going to just kind of like start preparing for the night as the sun starts to kind of set. As the sun starts to set, you can hear that the Jesus Christ, Jordan.
I have a plan for this. I'm gonna do something about this later. I'm just rolling it now.
Okay, so as the sun starts to set, everybody else is kind of making their setup. It's still raining this entire time. The mud is thick. Everyone's just shivering in the cold. A lot of them.
Two C's.
Huh?
Thick with 2 C's.
Yes. So all of a sudden, the main aristocratic gentleman comes barreling out of the inn, and he starts screaming at the top of his lungs like, "Who the hell is snoring outside of my window?" As he pulls out his sword, and it seems as if it's like a great sword with how thick this thing is, but he just starts like barreling around the building, and who's gonna have to make a dexterity saving throw?
Oh my god! Roll high, Troy! Roll really high!
Okay, and with that, he's gonna slam his sword straight into the ground adjacent to whose body, and he's just gonna be like, "You're going to die today, Kenku, unless you stop what you're doing now." And with that, the three gentlemen that you spoke to earlier are gonna trying to corner this guy, and they're all gonna start attacking him. And as they start attacking him,
can I have a moment before they start attacking him?
Sure.
Just like while they're on the way towards us, I just kind of like stop making noise at all. I stand up, and I kind of like pull my hood back,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of roll my sleeves off, up, and I just like shake and rustle my own feathers, and all this dirt just kind of begin to like fly off of me. And the mud just flying off of me in all directions.
Okay.
But I guess these guys.
And with that,
yeah.
you're gonna get mud all over his beautiful cloak and armor, and he's just gonna look down and is like, "Tonight I feast on crow." And as he says that, the three commoners are gonna start rushing towards you, and you're just gonna be like leave the bird alone, as they all like try to attack him. Each of them, like one guy fires off an arrow, it going into his plate armor right in the shoulder. He seems completely unfazed by it. As the other two gentlemen, one slashes him with a sword, completely just it just kind of like slides straight off. As one gentleman tries to stab him in the side, it's the dagger just kind of breaking in half at the sheer like strength and fortitude of this armor. All the men just look terrified as this guy turns around and with one swift motion just kind of like cleaves one of the gentlemen in half, and just his entire body just falls to the ground, and he just kind of grabs the other one and pins his face down into the ground and just starts pushing down, crushing his skull, as the other gentleman just drops his broken dagger and just starts fucking running away.
Okay, from where I am, can I true strike him?
I mean, if you wanted to, but like
It-
you're about 50 feet away from this entire altercation, and all you
Really?
hear, because remember this is the back of the building, so all you hear is people fucking. This one guy just
I'm
running
running.
out,
I'm booking it.
He's running out from the back of the building and just like, the guy's a monster, as he's just like running
Okay.
past.
Still in stealth, I'm booking it over, so I'm within 30 feet. Still
Okay.
in stealth. Can I true strike now?
Okay. So you kind of like round the bend and you look over and you see these two bodies on the floor, and you can see this guy just kind of lifting up, blood dripping off of his hand. And he kind of just shakes off the blood, and you can hear him kind of just say like, "Great, now I have to buy a whole new set of armor."
Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong. True strike that bitch. What's his AC? And I get advantage on my next roll.
His AC is 19.
Okay. Oh dear God, he's Kale. Ah!
Yes.
Even
Okay.
Kale was murdered by a dragon, though.
Yeah.
You guys dragons?
So
Dan kinda is.
All right.
okay, so that's all you get from True Strike is his AC, correct?
I get just his target's defense, his AC, and I get advantage to the very first roll I have
Okay.
against him.
And as this guy's kind of like running out, the other three gentlemen are gonna come out the building. He's just like, "The hell's that idiot screaming about?" Oh, I think the fun's starting, guys. And they kind of just all start to kind of walk over to where that guy was running to, as he kind of like take a bend around the building. So now
Okay.
it's up to you and to who to see what you guys are gonna do next before I do anything else.
I'm still in stealth, so Troy, if you want to fuck these people, we can.
So as he was striking down these other men, and was immediately taken preoccupied by them,
Mhm.
I'm gonna do my best to try to like stealth and creep away.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if this is gonna work in this situation.
You
but
have to do a stealth roll first before we continue. Because explaining the rest of it is gonna be a lot cooler if you know it even succeeds. Okay, you are not able to stealth away.
okay.
Aw.
I can still do this, however.
Yeah.
I have like a little bag of ball bearings on me,
Mm-hmm.
and as he's cutting them down, he's cutting them down. I'm gonna kind of just like throw these ball bearings on the floor, just like on the floor around this one guy, and I'm just gonna slowly back away.
Okay.
Because since he's not actually doing anything towards me, and he's not instigated with a fight currently with me, I'll take those two actions.
Okay.
Do we need to roll initiative, or can I just do stuff right now?
You guys are not officially attacking him, but
Okay.
he's still attacking you. Well, not you in particular, Jordan, but he's still after who. So as he turns around, he's gonna turn around and he's gonna pull out, from underneath his cloak, he's gonna pull out a very large, heavy crossbow, and he's gonna see who kind of like walking away. He's like, "Where do you think you're going, Crow?" As he fires a single crossbow bolt right towards who? And that is a 13. I don't think that hits.
Nope, does not hit.
Okay, so with that, the crossbow bolt's gonna go straight through, and who's just gonna fucking like dodge out of the way, and this guy's just gonna like completely like walk towards him, and as he walks towards him, he's gonna start pressing down onto these ball
Carlos.
bearings. Yes.
Real quick.
Mhm.
Okay, you were adjusting the ball bearings.
Yes. So as he presses down, the ground is actually mud, so he's just gonna squish the ball bearing straight into the ground.
Aww.
As he kind of like looks down, and he's just like, "Oh, you're a clever little bird, aren't you?"
Crap.
As he's gonna start walking towards who again?
As I'm just like walking away and try not to pay him any mind, as if I have nothing to do with the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna, SpongeBob meme, clever little bird, aren't you?
I'm slowly following, so that way I can stay within initiative distance.
Goodness. Can I
Okay.
try to stealth? I'm gonna try.
Also, real quick, I
I
assume
want to get in the building.
Carlos, real quick, I assume walking away from this means back towards people.
You are walking back around the building. Eventually, you will find more people.
Okay.
So then I'll just stay where I
Sure.
am. I'm just watching.
Because the
And
people are posted like kind of like around the building. There isn't enough space for them to all be on one side, so they're kind of like littered on each side. There's just no one behind the building because of how difficult it is to get through this thick mud that has built around this inn. So they're trying to stay as close to the road as possible.
Okay.
Okay. So as he's walking.
His friends are with him now, though.
Actually, this is the next part. So as he's walking towards who, and who's just kind of nonchalantly walking away, somewhat mimicking this gentleman, Rena's going to use her passive perception to realize that 3 men are kind of like getting close as she hears the squish of their boots kind of traveling behind her, and she realizes that she's going to have to act very fast because there isn't a lot of places to hide against this building.
All right.
And Tamlin's going to also roll for stealth at this point.
Okay, I'm not even close right now, though. I don't think.
You're not, but you are completely aware of it. So you are unable to stealth.
But I want to walk into the building.
Into the building?
inn.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
Oh, you don't have to
quiet
stealth for
about
that.
it. Because I want to go into his room to get to the window.
Ah, okay. But you can totally do that. But the innkeeper's gonna see you.
I don't care if he sees me.
Okay. So
I don't care about him right now.
So as you see
trying
these
to
other
avoid
3
problems.
gentlemen kind of leaving the building, kind of rounding the outer perimeter of the building, you kind of take this as an opportunity. It's like, wait, there's nobody left. So you kind of just like walk straight into this building. You're not quiet about it as you kind of track a ton of mud into it, and the innkeeper's like, hey, come
Sorry,
on, it's expensive. It cost me at least two silver to buy that carpet.
I am trying to save your establishment right now because
Save my establishment? Are you talking about those weird blood-curdling screams that I just heard out back?
what do you think is going to be attracted by death in this area?
Quite a lot of things, actually. Do you have an hour?
Exactly. So I think your carpet is fine for the moment. Just let me try something.
Okay, he kind of like lets you go about your way as you kind of like walk towards the guy's room, and he kind of just looks at you, and he's about to say something, but he's like, he just kind of lets you go. He's just like, fuck these guys, you know? Okay, so you're able to go into this guy's room, but now we're gonna go snap back to Rena. Rena has to make an opportunity. She has to make a decision in 10, 9.
I'm gonna disguise self and make myself look like a tree.
Okay, roll for that.
Okay. 17 plus my modifier 20.
20. Okay. So these gentlemen are gonna kind of like walk directly past you, and they're gonna look as like, what the hell's the tree doing here? And they're gonna just shrug it off. And yeah, so they're walking now. They are walking past her. They actually see the window, and then the 2 bodies on the floor are just like, oh, yeah, he was here. Oh, he seems to be having fun. As they look up, and they can see him kind of like 20, 30 feet in front of them, and they see them walk. They see him walking towards who, and they're just like, oh, that bird's gonna be a mighty fine breakfast tomorrow.
I'm waiting to see if we can defuse this fight. Oh, I'm in a perfect backstabbing position.
Carlos, I have a question for you.
Yeah,
Is jumping an athletics or an acrobatics check?
acrobatics.
Okay.
Well, it depends though, because if you're jumping like on a wall or you're jumping over somebody, it's acrobatics. But if you're jumping a distance, it's athletics.
Let's say jumping to the roof of this building.
Jesus Christ, this thing is over 25 feet high. Can you jump that high?
Uh,
It's a very large inn. This thing is like a 2-story inn. It's a
Okay.
hostel, so it can house a lot of people.
I know there's like a there's like a distance calculator, but I don't know what it is, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll strike that one.
I was just wondering if your roguish ways was able to fucking, because dude, Josh can jump 30 feet, so I wouldn't be surprised if your Kenku could too.
Well, I mean, with an acrobatics of +9, I hope to God I could.
You can probably do a very fucking cool like running motion, but you have to roll for disadvantage considering you guys are on hard terrain right now.
Yeah.
So his friends are at the window still right now.
Yeah, they're kind of just looking at these bodies, and they're kind of just like kicking the bodies to make sure that they're dead. And one guy actually kicks the head of the guy whose face is caved, and he's like, "Yeah, I think he's dead."
Okay, and okay. Dang, but I'm not stealthy. Can I try again? To get a little stealthy.
Sure, one more roll.
Come on.
Okay, and with that, they're completely unaware of your presence within this room.
Yeah.
Within the room, yes.
Within this
Then
room, unless
so
you
it
do
wasn't-
something that would alert them of your presence.
Well, I want to be sneaky and peek over the sill a little bit so that I can see the dead bodies.
Okay. So you're
gonna find them?
you're able to look over the windowsill. You can clearly see the dead bodies in front of you, and these men just kind of like kicking and laughing as they look at these poor caravan owners who tried so hard to try to get a warm place to sleep for the night.
One is
and
cut in half, and the other one was...
the other one had his face smashed in, so his skull has been crushed.
Alright, and what were you gonna say?
No, and you can't see the other gentleman who has already walked away from this window.
Oh, so there's just two guys there?
Mm-hmm. Just the two guys,
Alright,
and then
so I'm gonna-
the three gentlemen in the back laughing it off.
Are we gonna kill them?
Well, certainly gonna maybe scare them, hopefully. I wanna animate the one with the face
Okay.
smashed in. Animate the dead.
Okay. So you can go ahead and animate that did.
It's at least I don't have to speak or anything. I just needed visual on it. That's why.
Okay. So as you peer through the window, you start to harness your energy and start kind of casting your spell on this guy who has a caved in face. And as the gentlemen are kicking him, all of a sudden his arms kind of like jerk open and he kind of starts to rise. And as he rises, the gentleman's like, "Ho, ho, ho, ho! We might have a necromancer amongst us." As they all pull out their weapons.
Oh crap! That didn't scare them.
So, what would you like to do at this point?
Want it to start running away
You want
into the fields of the dead.
Okay. So it's gonna it's gonna stand up. They're all gonna pull out their weapons. It's gonna look at them, and it's just gonna fucking start running away. It's straight into the nothingness, and they're gonna just like, well, that was peculiar.
We just have him be in the outskirts, basically, for now.
Okay.
I just want him. I want them to be a little. It's cause come on, Fields of the Dead. A dead guy just got up and ran away. That's kind of. So, what's going on?
Okay. Actually,
They've seen a lot of battle.
So you're very
I know, but
you're
still.
very unlucky. I'm so sorry, but as this thing runs away, there's just like, how did this thing raise from the dead? Who brought it back? And they kind of like start to investigate. And as they peer over to the left, they can see your head kind of poking out. It's like, who the hell's that in his room? As one of them kind of just is like, I'll go take care of it. As one of them kind of like veers back towards the other side of the building, and he's gonna start heading towards the entrance of the inn.
Ah.
The second he gets near me, I'm just gonna. Should I? Are we gonna just do initiative? They're gonna get you anyways, right?
I mean, we don't know because
Oh, guys, I don't know. Do we want to fight them? Carlos, if we fight them, can we please have Lucius Diondo? At least Lucius and Diondo help.
I will give you Diondo. And let me see. Hold on. If Dan has macros on here, I will give you Lucius as well.
Okay.
So we're gonna have Lucius and Diondo just kind of like at the entrance of this thing.
Because the 3 of us against the 4 of them, we're gonna die.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. How about I do this? How about I set up this proximity right here, and there we go.
I don't feel like there's any. I feel like the way you've set this up, we have no choice but to fight these people.
I mean, we probably would have had a lot of choices if you would not rolled so fucking high against me. Fucking bullshit.
Actually, the way that I set it up is that you guys could have just slept in the cold, but Troy wanted to agitate this guy.
Listen, those other people were gonna.
Yeah, you had it where the other. I honestly thought those guys are gonna try to slit his throat in the middle of the night and cause a confrontation either way.
That's what I figured too. That's why I left and was just like gonna go out and be a priestly out here.
Actually, if there's any indication of what would have happened, those guys would have just been murdered in cold blood.
I mean, I don't know why. I was gonna run him around the building. I was just gonna keep running him around the building.
Then I'm just gonna wait. Tamos, you better get the fuck out of there.
Okay, so here I'm gonna switch you guys over to a battle map. So these are your current positions right now. So Tamlis will be inside the house. Rena is kind of like face to face. Well, he's walking away and he's next to a tree. There are 2 dead people. We're gonna just say that the one on the top is the one that ran away into the nothingness. I'm gonna put them up here. And this veteran is currently walking towards Who on difficult terrain. And then this commoner who ran away is currently talking to Diondo and to Lucius. And Lift is just kind of playing him a little song to calm him down.
I'm not gonna attack unless you guys are willing to go into a fight. So if you guys have a plan to get us out of this, I won't attack.
A plan to get out of this?
Do you have something, Tam? Because you're the one who got caught.
You see, I like interactions like this because this is a scenario where you guys could literally have done nothing. And nothing would have changed. Like,
man, I was gonna let it go.
Yeah, I know you guys are gonna let it go.
I was gonna let it go.
I think I think everyone else may have gone too far into the situation, where I was going to just fuck with this guy.
You can still fuck with him.
He wasn't just
Which is what I'm gonna do. Yeah,
I'm just
gonna continue fucking with him.
Okay. So, with that, Jordan, are you going to make any actions towards this gentleman?
This guy's so, hold up. Okay, it's not like concentration. Oh no, but Find Familiar takes an hour. I don't know. Tam, what are you doing?
What am I doing? Stepping out his room.
You're leaving his room.
Oh yeah, I'm going to step out his room, and
you have time to run out of there. I'm staying as a tree, but if you need help, you better cry for me because I'll run over. I'm really fast right now.
I'm just gonna step out his room, go to the innkeeper, and be like, "Yep, 2 people were murdered back there."
And he's gonna be like, "Murdered?"
Yeah.
Well, I see 2 dead folk back there.
Tree.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say nothing about no goddamn tree. There's 2 dead folk out there.
No, I'm saying I'm a tree. I'm a tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
and with that, this guy's just gonna walk past. And as he's walking past, he's gonna kind of like look at Diondo and Lucius, and he's just gonna walk back into the inn as Tamlis is talking to this innkeeper, and the innkeeper's just like, "Oh my god." As this friend's like, "Were you inside my friend's room?"
Yes. I'm a tree. I'm a tree. I'm a tree as a foundation.
You're not a tree if you're moving, Jordan.
Just a tree that what? Maybe she was seeing the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, wait, why can't I move in the tree? I'm 19 stealth right now.
You're 19 stealth, but you're not moving as a tree, though. If you move, you're gonna lower your disguise. You're still stealthy, but you're not a moving tree. I'm sorry.
Fine. Okay. Right, but I still moved.
Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt. That's why I just kind of left it like that. Okay, I'm still stealthing, but I ran away. Who's got what? He's got this. He's good.
Okay. So we're gonna.
Tamless, I know how.
So Tam, you can get a few seconds to think about what you're gonna say. As who is just gonna be kind of like walking away, and this guy's gonna be like, "Here, birdie, birdie, birdie." He's gonna raise up his crossbow again.
You got this.
He's gonna load up another
No.
shot. Huh?
I don't appreciate that everyone's gotten like fucking 3 turns before I've been able to do some more shit.
Sorry.
Okay, so what would you like to do?
Well, I'm trying to make it around the corner of this building
Okay.
because
So he's
if
fi-
we're all moving at the same time, and I'm assuming his speed is also 30,
Yes.
we should maintain a equal distance.
Mm-hmm.
And once I make it around, I can't control that token, by the way.
Oh, whoops. Oh, that's okay.
Cam, did you draw that?
Yeah.
It's really good.
There you go.
Thanks.
Can you control now?
Okay, yes. Now for the sake of this experiment, how far am I to the corner of this building?
The corner of this building is like right here. So you're like maybe 10 feet away?
So,
10, 15 feet, give or take.
okay, so this would be the exact corner would be 15 feet.
Yes.
20 feet. I am around the corner and should be out of sight of this man.
Yes. He's gonna have his crossbow bolt completely loaded at this point, and he's gonna travel from here to here. It's 25.
I'm not done.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna move him here, and then you can tell me what you're gonna do next.
Well, no, because I was gonna stealth, and he can't be there if I'm stealth.
Well, we'll say that he goes there after you stealth.
Well, that's the thing, Carlos. If we're moving at the exact same speed,
Mm-hmm.
was he immediately right behind me?
No.
That he had to fire a crossbow, or was he like 15, 20 feet away from me? See what I'm saying?
Wait, what do you?
Cause look,
Okay,
all right, let's say I was...
So roll for stealth. Roll for stealth now. He has a crossbow bolt loaded into his crossbow. As he veers the corner, he has no idea where the hell you went.
And then now in complete stealth, I am going to, if I have to, make the scenic route. I'm going to just go on my way back towards the encampment of all the caravans.
Okay. Which would put you down here.
Yes.
Okay. So he's just gonna look around. He's like, "Whoa, that's a very sneaky bird." As he starts walking back towards his friend, and he kind of walks back towards both of his friends, and he's just gonna he's like, "Huh, that Kenku. He's a tricky one." And then he's gonna look at the dead body. He's gonna be like, "Where's the other one?" As both of his friends kind of explain that this thing came to life and just ran off into the nothingness. Anything else you'd like to do, Troy?
No, I'm done. See, this is all this situation was supposed to be, was me fucking with him.
Mm.
But now it's divulged into something else.
Yep.
Okay, so isn't this normally how things go? So this veteran's he's gonna be like, "Answer me, half elf. Were you in my friend's room?"
I heard screaming, and I came to investigate.
Roll for persuasion.
Hey, listen, that's the truth.
Roll for persuasion.
I don't want to.
Hey, if Trump's got to make a persuasion roll every time he talks to the country, you got to tell the truth to this guy.
20, because I got a +1.
Okay, and with that, he's just gonna be like, "So you're telling me that you came to aid in case my friend was hurt?" Oh,
I am a cleric.
what a good little cleric you are. Now leave.
Okay, I'm gonna apologize to the innkeeper for the mess.
Okay.
And you know what? Millions of people have been here with muddy feet. Just saying on as an aside. There's not only my muddy feet here. just to you guys. I'm gonna walk out.
And that gentleman is just gonna kind of like sit down. He's gonna like, oh, what a crazy night. As he kind of just like sits down in the common room, and as I'm guessing you leave.
Yeah, leaving.
I pop out of nowhere. It's like, are you alright, Tamalis?
Fine.
Kind of hoping to scare you just a bit.
Okay.
Oh, well.
And with that, the three veterans are gonna just come back around this building, and they're gonna be not actually walking single file, but they're all gonna just look. They're all gonna look around and just like tell your Kenku friend to stay the fuck away from my window. As they kind of just go in, and you can hear them like kind of like yelling at the innkeepers, like, "You got a dead body in the back." It was in self-defense, of course, but make sure you clean it up before something comes to eat him. As they all kind of just like go into the common room, start pouring themselves a couple glasses of wine and ale, and they all just start boasting about the foolish commoners who dared get in their way. The innkeeper's gonna come out with a bucket, and he's just gonna look at you straight in the eye. The commoner who ran away from the entire situation is just gonna kind of like point at the back of the building as this innkeeper is just gonna go and see what kind of mess he has to pick up and clean off of his lovely establishment.
I'm going stealth at this point. I'm disappearing. So I rolled a 20.
Okay.
And I'm going towards. Yeah, I'm going towards because I'm gonna hope that the rain has only helped. Because it's noisy and crazy, and I'm gonna go look at that caravan whose wheel broke earlier.
When it's raining, the DC checks, in my opinion, are supposed to be. The DC rolls are supposed to be lower because you're being masked.
Okay.
So even when you roll like a fucking 20, it's still like, whoa, you are a fucking shadow.
Okay. White shadow. All right, I'm gonna go investigate that caravan earlier that had all the treasure in it.
And I want to keep walking around, keep being generally helpful to everyone, so maybe people will keep their attention this way.
Okay.
And not anything crazy that might be happening.
So Rena's just gonna find the caravan that kind of tumbled over, and the two gentlemen who were manning this caravan are just gonna kind of look at her, and they're gonna just stare her down.
At me.
Yeah. Or no, like they're gonna look. Or sorry, they're gonna look in. So actually, they can't see you. So they're actually gonna just like they're gonna just be able. They're gonna look around the area, and they're gonna just be like they're gonna start talking. They're gonna be like,
I'm gonna listen.
It's like, who do you think saw what fell? And the other guy's gonna be like, well, obviously that nosy elf saw. There's a couple other people too, and they're like, what do you want to do about it? I was like, exactly what you think we have to do about it. As they both just kind of just stop talking, and just one of them goes into the caravan, the other one just kind of keeps watch. Okay, Tam, what were you trying to do? You're trying to heal people, make sure everybody's all good and comfy?
As much as I can without lighting a fire.
Okay. Everyone seems to be miserable. A couple of people are just kind of grumbling as they try to cover themselves in their own tarps. You try your hardest to make sure that you can pull out some warm blankets and set up what like very makeshift tents so that people can sleep underneath it. But their bedrolls become instantly soaked if they try to sleep on the ground. So they all have to kind of sleep on top of their caravans on very, very uncomfortable cargo. And is who doing anything at this point, Troy?
I'm just back to doing what I normally do, which is keeping ear out for. Yeah.
Okay. So, oops, that was not a roll that I meant to do. I don't know what the fuck that was. Is that a Dan roll?
I don't know.
Creates a minor wonder of his choice.
Yeah,
Sounds like a Dan roll.
That's a Dan roll. God damn it, Dan. He's got these funny ass macros. Yeah, so at this point, everyone's just kind of like a lot of people are falling fast asleep. They're all kind of grumbling curses under their breath, saying that what a huge injustice it is that they can't even pay their way into a comfortable bed tonight. As Renan still kind of like spends the next few minutes. Oops, god damn it. Okay, I need to stop with Dan rolls.
3d10.
Yeah, no, that's a Dan roll.
Oh.
You see teleports leaving behind a thunderous boom, letting all to hear 300 feet away his thunder I don't know. He's got some anime translation style macros. But yeah, so they're all kind of just grumbling. A lot of them are trying their hardest to fall asleep. A couple of people are shivering. You can spot a lot of different people just not having the best time right now.
Are the two brothers asleep?
The two brothers?
Yeah.
What brothers?
That's what I thought they were.
They're not
You said
brothers.
they-
They're journeying. They're journeying together, but they're not brothers. Not that you can tell.
So they're lovers. I can dig it.
Yeah. So you listen closely as they pound it out for 6 hours straight.
Dear God.
No, I'm just joking.
I'm sorry. I assumed they were brothers.
Just because you're both men with hair.
You said they looked similar.
Yeah, well, two stocky gentlemen, one with brown hair,
Oh.
one with a beard.
Well, let me go
Racist
back in and erase brother.
Rena scribbles into her journal intently. As the other gentleman is inside the caravan, you can hear that he's sleeping soundly. Luckily, a lot of these individuals had rather large caravans to transport, so they're able to. A lot of them were actually able to sleep, although very, very cold due to the chilly air.
I'm gonna cast my cantrip, Mage Hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of like try to tap something like 10 feet away to try to get the other man, the one who's supposed to be watching everything, his attention, see if he would go investigate it.
Okay. So he kind of like hears something off into the
And then make it
distance.
disappear.
And he hears this very odd noise off into the distance, but he refuses to get off of his caravan. Damn. And he's just like, he's kind of just he's still peering in that general direction, curious as to what made that noise. But since nothing comes out of the darkness, he kind of just shrugs it off as a small animal or something that may have just crashed into something off into the distance.
I'm gonna do it again, and this time make the hand kind of like try to go through somebody's stuff, make it seem like someone's rummaging through things in that area. Still about 10 feet away. See if
Okay.
he'll investigate it, and
Okay.
then make it disappear.
Okay, so he's gonna hear the noise getting louder and louder. He's gonna hear rummaging off into the distance, but he's gonna kind of stay firm and he's gonna bang on the caravan. He's like, "There's someone out there." As the other gentleman kind of says, like, "Then go look for it, you fucking dolt." And he's just like, "No, you go look for it." He's like, "No, you go look for it." And they kind of just like do this for like 5 minutes straight, just telling each other like, and then they kind of decide that neither of them are gonna go look for this, as they refuse to leave this caravan.
Brenda's gonna wait to see if one of them falls asleep again.
Okay.
There's no way for me to investigate without alerting the other one, is there?
To investigate this caravan? No.
Yeah.
No. You go in there rummaging. You're gonna catch some hands. That's all you're gonna get.
All right. 18 plus 3. All right, 21. I'm gonna try to remember Tiamat's symbol. And I rolled a 21.
Tiamat symbol?
Yeah.
You mean the praise Tiamat's glory?
Remember, I want to know if I can recall her symbol. Like, they all have symbols.
Oh, the symbol of T. Okay, I thought you meant like the hand gesture.
Nope.
You rolled a 21, you said?
Yep.
So, you can remember that because you saw it on the shrine down inside the cave. It's actually a series of 5 heads, kind of like creating a circle. Like 5 dragon heads creating a circle.
I'm going to draw that symbol with my hand underneath their caravan.
Underneath their caravan?
Yeah, where I am, because I'm going to. That's where I'm assuming I am right now, is underneath their caravan.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw it because it's not. It's gonna be dry there since there's no rain, and then when they move it off, maybe they'll see it, and it'll freak them out. If they freak out from it, it could mean that they know something. They might know who Tiamat is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna draw it. They want to kill most of us anyways. They already said they know what they're gonna have to do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna draw it as best as I can. I'm not an artist, and I'm gonna stealth away.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go looking for the other guy that I wanted my Harper friend to keep an eye on.
Okay. The gentleman that you're looking for is in his caravan, sleeping.
Can I poke my head in and just see if I see anything?
Sure.
That shouldn't wake him up, right?
No, you see in the darkness, because of your dark vision, you can see that he's sound asleep. Not a care in the world.
Okay.
A small smile kind of like on his face.
I rolled a 10 plus 3, 13 investigation. Can I see anything suspicious in this caravan?
You see nothing of importance. Just a couple extra pillows and some provisions kind of strewn about.
Alright, I'm gonna go under his caravan and also draw the Tiamat symbol.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go back to my friends. And I look over to them in a very quiet voice. I'm gonna tell them, do you all remember those 2 men? I thought they were brothers. Not sure if they're lovers, but the 2 all you humans look alike. Those 2 men over there whose wheel broke. I'm just joking with you, Carlos. Whose wheel broke earlier today? The ones I told you had all the treasure.
Yeah.
I just walked over there and I overheard the conversation, and they were very shifty and suspicious, and they were saying things like, "Oh, I wonder who noticed our stuff," and the other's like, "Oh, well, definitely the nosy elf." I don't know who he was talking about. And then they said something about like, "Well, what should we do?" And they said, "Well, you know what we have to do." So I went ahead and I drew Tiamat symbol under the caravan.
And he's just gonna kind of like come over. He's like, I think we've stirred the pot enough, Rena.
I'm sorry?
I think we've stirred the pot enough, Rena.
Do you want me to go back and erase it?
Well, if they are Cult of the Dragon members, then they're gonna know that we know they're Cult of the Dragons.
They don't know it was us.
They're gonna know someone knows.
They're gonna know that somebody does, and we're trying to follow them.
It assumes that it'll be us because someone heard somebody say something about.
All right. I'll go back and erase it. The other one too. I did 2 of them.
To who?
Who?
The other one.
Me?
The other one. All right. I rolled 29. I go back. I go and erase both of them.
Okay.
Do I hear anything else while I'm walking over?
You hear nothing else. The night goes on.
Everyone
goes back to their caravan. I'm
taking first watch.
I think who is taking first watch?
Who? Do you want to take first watch?
I don't answer her, but I've been up here the whole time, so I might as
Right.
well.
Are you gonna make sure I don't get shot with poison again?
I don't look at her, but I'm just like, that's your fault.
You're supposed to be watching. I appreciate you getting my bow back, but you're supposed to be watching.
Should have felt it.
I'm a heavy sleeper.
Heavy's right.
Are you calling me fat?
I think
No.
that was a fat joke. No.
I'm a bit offended. I'm going to sleep.
Good night.
Okay,
that
and with that, everybody just kind of falls asleep.
I'm taking second watch.
You're taking second watch?
I'll take second watch.
You guys can...
How many watches do you need?
If
to
it's
go
8
through the
hours,
night?
if it's 8 hours, typically people do it in 2-hour shifts. So 4 different watch shifts.
I mean, I can go and do the third. I don't know
I
who'll
think-
be fourth because there's only 3 of us.
I think we're fine on the night shifts.
I should hope so. Nobody's gonna come over and shank a bitch.
Okay, so as you guys are waking up the next day, you can hear a very loud scream, kind of piercing the morning air, as all of a sudden somebody screams out, "There's been a murder!"
Another one.
Another murder, as on the other side of this building, very far away from your own caravan, somebody is on the ground, face down into the mud. When somebody turns the body over, his entire body is just kind of like blue, as if he stopped breathing. It doesn't seem as if anything else has happened. It seems as if he may have tripped drunkenly into the mud and died from suffocation.
Well, I can go over and ask him.
Go over and ask him in front of all these people?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Speaking with the dead, I don't think that's a necromancy thing.
That is a very necromancy thing.
That is very necromancy.
Is it?
Yeah. Why do you think I thought it was weird that you could do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. We'll forever not know if he killed himself.
Can we do is it an
You can-
investigation check?
You can do an investigation or a medicine check to see
I
if it
can
was
do
natural
medicine,
causes.
and you could do investigation.
You got it. All right, I rolled a 17 for investigation.
Okay, what do you roll for medicine, Tam?
Give me a second, because I'm kind of struggling with my mouse. Alright, that should be it.
Perfect.
Whoa!
So as you're both looking over this gentleman's body, you can see that he was in fact poisoned, and Rena immediately recognizes him as one of the people who noticed the gold that fell out of the caravan. One of the gentlemen who was just like, "Did you see all that gold?"
Ow. Uh-oh.
What was that about not stirring the pot? I say under my breath.
Yeah, but as to not cause alarm within the caravan, Lucius is just gonna be like, "Seems like it's natural causes, right?" Or was it?
I'm not one for lying.
I kind of, who's just
Yeah, but-
like back up behind Rena, and he's just and who's just like being very quiet to her, and he just says, "Admitting truth is not a lie.
Admitting truth?
Oh,
Is not a lie."
right?
I'm not really sure what it says. What that means.
Omitting the truth is not a lie.
omitting.
Oh.
Oh, I think said admitting, like
No.
ADMI. I was like,
No, omitting.
admitting truth is not a lie. That is correct. I look up and I was like, uh-huh. Poor dear.
And everybody just kind of agrees
Really
to
can't handle his poison, as in drink. I'm omitting the truth.
Everybody just kind of like shrugs it off and it's just like, well, somebody always dies on these journeys. So they kind of like pick up his body and they leave him on the thing and they call the innkeeper over. He's just like, "Oh my god, another one. Who killed this one?" He's like, "No, he fell into the mud. The drunken bastard. He must have suffocated." I was like, "I'll bury him with the rest." As he kind of just like puts a tarp over him, and the 4 veterans from the night previous, they all come out and they kind of just like stretch and it's like, oh, what a lovely night's sleep we all had.
Yes, so did we.
And they're just gonna like, huh? Did I do that? No, that's no. He's intact. I didn't do that.
I wouldn't say anything to them. Don't give them the satisfaction.
Oh, I slept wonderfully.
Who actually slept wonderfully? Yes.
Nobody. Actually, everybody's fucking
No.
miserable right now.
No, who
No,
actually
who?
slept
Woo,
like
slept
fine?
wonderfully.
He's used to it.
Actually,
I'm used to sleep cutters, so
yeah. So who is the only one who actually got a full night's rest? Everybody else actually only received a short rest.
What? I only need 4 hours.
oh, yeah, it's a short rest.
That is a long rest for me. I'm an elf. I only have to have 4 hours.
You just meant that you slept uncomfortably, so you
Oh.
did not receive a full rest.
Oh, understood. It's not that I needed it. Oh wait, yes I did because I used spells.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, you all kind of just like all suspiciously look towards the caravan where the contraband fell out of, and you're just like you're all thinking the same thing at the same time. As these gentlemen are looking at the body and then looking at you, and as they look away, they get back onto their caravan, and they start preparing it for the journey.
I walk over to Carlin.
Okay.
Colin, could you do me one more favor?
Depends on the favor.
I just need you to ask a question
What kind of question?
to this, and I pull out my sun elf statue. It doesn't count, right, if I don't ask it the question?
And he's gonna look at the statue and he's gonna be like, "What is this statue?"
No, damn it!
No, he's asking you.
Oh, alright. I don't trust you.
He's looking at it. He's not touching it. He has to touch it.
He has to
Oh,
have it
alright.
in his hand, I believe.
I need you to do me a favor. Touch this statue and ask the question. I'm gonna put the statue down so it doesn't think I'm asking the question. I'm really freaking careful about this question thing, guys. Just ask it. Are the two, and point over to those who are those two men part of the you know who?
Okay. And he's
you can
gonna
actually
he's
say
gonna
the
he's gonna be like,
whisper.
wait. He's gonna be like, this is not gonna hurt, is it?
No. It'll just give you the correct answer.
Okay.
I
He-
just don't want to ask it because I don't
He's
want
gonna
to lose.
he's gonna hold on to the statue, and he's gonna ask her the question, and the answer's gonna hit him straight in the brain. He's like, oh, that was a weird sensation.
What did
Oh,
it say?
and he's gonna be like, I had my suspicions, but that odd little trinket just confirmed it. Those
Yes.
men are indeed cultists.
Yes. I mean,
He's like, wait, can I ask him another question?
no. It's only one question per person.
You made me waste my one question?
I'm so sorry, Colin.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I'm so sorry, Colin.
Ugh.
I still need it for one more
Oh my
thing
God.
myself.
I'm gonna delete Dan's fucking token.
Yeah, stop. What are you doing? Why do you keep clicking his stuff? Colin, I'm so sorry. Will you forgive me?
I had a really cool question, Rena.
You're very handsome.
It doesn't matter.
And you're so wise.
He's gonna be
I
like,
would-
but if you ever find another statue like this, I want to ask it my own question, okay?
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry.
Like, I am in the business of knowing things. I could have found
Yes.
out if those guys were cultists even without the statue.
Oh, well. Now we know for sure. And we can get rid of it earlier because guess what? They murdered that man.
Are you sure that they're the ones who murdered that man? Didn't
Yes, he.
Didn't you say that there's more than just the two cultists in this group?
Well, all I know is. And I tell him what I overheard last night. Because I don't feel like repeating it in the
Okay,
accent.
and he's like, okay, that sounds pretty suspicious.
Thank you, right?
But they could have also just been saying that they had to leave this caravan group for fear of being robbed.
Yes, but now we know they're also cultists, so. Context.
Yeah, true enough.
At least I didn't finish with the Tiamat symbol I drew under the caravan last
Wait,
night.
you did what?
I erased it.
Oh, thank God. We're here on a spy mission.
I
Please don't
know.
ever do that again.
I'm still new. No one's trained me yet.
Maybe I'll find you somebody to train you. when we reach Waterdeep.
That'd be wonderful. I've only been out of my village for 2 years. I don't really know much.
Okay. And with that, you guys are now gonna have two particular cultists who are very distant and keep to themselves. But you know without a shadow of a doubt now that they are indeed cultists.
Who wants to burn another question and find out who the other cultist is?
I'm sure there's quite a lot. We could easily ask it, where is Neratar?
We could also ask it that.
But I'm thinking we should, just... If we ever lose sight of that particular caravan, like if it veers off between here and Waterdeep, then we can ask the question.
Honestly, I think we should just slit their throats.
Then we
I
never
don't think
know.
Rena's gonna make a very good Harper.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're more of a Zentarum kind of person, so
Oh, what?
a Zentarum.
Hale
They're
knows what that is.
they're
What's a Zentarum?
they're not very nice people. They're like assassins.
Who said I wasn't nice? I saved a family last night.
Yeah, and then you just told me out of game that you want to kill the two men on this fucking wagon. Oh my god.
They're cultists. They're evil.
Whoa.
They killed a man.
Whoa.
Okay, it's all about perspective, Jordan, alright?
Yeah.
They literally just killed a man because they saw he had gold.
No
That's
one said,
pretty
no one
fucked up.
no one said that. You know that they're cultists. Nobody said that they killed him.
You just saw that he was poisoned and made assumptions.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. All humans are alike. I'm kidding again. I'm kidding. 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 I'm kidding. I'm gonna go pee again. Let's
Okay.
assume that I told everybody what we found out.
Yep, you told everybody what you found out. Everybody was like, sweet. And you guys kind of go about your journey again. You travel. It hasn't stopped raining. It's kind of starting to let up. But all of a sudden, you kind of hear lightning crackling in the air. And you hear very strange whistling, kind of traveling in the wind. And the air is just growing ever so cold. As like huge amount of thunderstorms are seen off in the distance. As you are actually getting relatively close to a new destination, you can see from a distance now that you're getting close to a place that's known as the Troll Claws.
As the what?
Troll Claws. It's kind of like a hillside.
That's not good.
Are we still in the field?
You're getting closer to leaving the field of the dead.
Okay. Fire soon. We're gonna have warm fire at night very soon.
Okay.
If this place lives up to its name, we're gonna need fire.
Because of the trolls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you guys are traveling, it's still raining, it's still gloomy, it still just feels straight up awful. But you all decide that you need to make another camp for the night. You have another uneventful day, considering all the things that transpired the night previously. You're grateful for the lull in danger, and you all kind of just go to sleep.
I'm keeping watch again.
Yep, you guys are gonna be able to keep watch as many
Half the
times as
night.
you want. Half the night, Rena is on this thing.
And I'm
I'm like-
particularly keeping an eye out for the two people that we believe are cultists.
Okay.
I like to be allowed a long rest, so that
You
I
are
can
all-
get my spells back.
You're all gonna receive a long rest. I wasn't gonna take this away from you. I just wanted to let you know you were all feeling very uncomfortable from that sleep.
And for who?
Except for who's fucking the Almighty.
It's
so
so
at-
funny.
So as you're all waking up the next morning, the rain seems to have stopped completely, but you're awoken by who just kind of like tapping, and he just kind of like he just says one word, and the word is very very simple, and he's just like mushrooms. and everyone just starts looking out of the caravan, waking up, getting out of their sleeping spots, and they're just like, "What the hell?" And all of a sudden, everywhere, the road, underneath the caravans, everywhere, the entire upwards to like 100 feet, all you see is just blanketed fungus, just mushrooms, like little tiny mushrooms, just growing all around the floor.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
20 nature, sorry.
20 nature?
Mhm.
Okay. So Rena's like, I've seen these kind of mushrooms before. They're they're known as like little shriekers. They're not dangerous or poisonous, but oh god, they're ghastly. And as she's saying that, one person kind of just like stomps on one of these things and emits like a black spore into the air, and you just hear it like moaning in pain. It's just like, "Ah." And the guy's just like, oh god, what the hell did I just step on?
It's called a little shrieker.
And he's just
Every
like,
time
a
you
little what? Are they dangerous?
No, they're just loud and let off a lot of gas,
So
which will probably let anything in the area know that we're here.
So a lot of these merchants, they're just kind of like terrified of them, and they're just like they don't really trust what you're saying, because the black spores and everything else just kind of, it makes them feel very uneasy, and they kind of don't want to drive through these things, because every single time their caravan even moves even an inch, these things start to like moan out in pain, and more black spores just kind of get emitted into the air, and they're just startling all the animals in the area. So they're just like, okay, what do we do?
I don't know. I rolled a 20. What can we do? Do I know a way to get rid of them?
So as you're as you're like trying to contemplate a way to start getting rid of them, you say like the only way to get rid of them is just to cut a path through them. And as you're saying this, like they're starting to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. It's very subtle, but they are getting larger.
We need to cut them down, and quickly. They're getting bigger. And I take out my dagger. I take out my short sword, and I start cutting a path in front of our caravan so Uluway can start driving forward.
You guys keep calling him Uluway.
That's the name you gave him.
His name is something weirder than that.
Yeah.
But I don't remember it.
Yeah.
So I
That's
was
the
just
way
going
it-
with Uluway.
That's the way it sounded when you pronounced it.
No,
What
like
is his
the-
No,
name?
it's Ul Yelton.
Ul Yelton?
Yeah.
I wrote down Uluway.
Mm,
Oh, you're
Yeah.
wrong.
it's
Well, his name is-
ULYELTIN.
Ulinway, that's what I wrote.
Yeah. Okay.
U-Y-U-L?
Hold on a second.
Still a weird name.
ULY
U-L-Y
ELTIN.
E-L-T-I-N. And how do I pronounce that?
Ulyelton.
Ulyelton?
Yeah.
Ulyelton? Alright, so I start cutting a path for Ulyelton so he can drive his caravan forward.
Okay. As you do that, you're gonna just hear several moans of pain and shrieks as you're cutting through these things. You're actually gonna have to make a Constitution saving throw.
I thought you said I could cut through them!
You
You
can.
can.
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying you still have to make a saving throw. It's part of the story.
I feel lied to.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 4.
A 4?
A 4.
Okay, so you're overcome with feelings of grief and remorse. You feel somewhat triggered by hearing thousands of tiny cries of pain and death groans. While these things are not toxic, it seems as if the black spores make you feel really bad for them. So
Feel
roll,
bad for them, or just
yeah,
bad
for
in general?
the fungus. Can you roll 1d20?
Fuck yeah.
That's their
10.
fucking thingy.
10.
Yeah.
You kind of just like take a few minutes to yourself. You take the next 10 minutes just to kind of contemplate your actions. As you're just like, oh god, I murdered them. I murdered each and every single one of those stupid little mushrooms. And you're actually gonna have you're actually gonna suffer from nightmares for the next few days.
God damn it. And after 10 minutes?
After 10 minutes, you're able to go back to it, but you have to make a Constitution saving throw each and every single time. So anybody else want to try to cut these things down?
Fuck it, let's do it. I also have a sword. I just don't have it equipped. Can I use it, or I gotta equip it?
You're not in combat.
Cool beans.
I need you to do a Constitution saving throw as well.
I'll help as well, I guess.
Okay, everyone's gonna help.
If I use my mage hand, do I have to do a saving throw?
Your mage hand?
Yeah.
I
Mage hand
immediately
can
feel
hold
bad.
stuff.
Yes, you do, because it's still the act of killing them. Oh my god. The hell's
I
with
feel
these
terrible.
What are these fucking rogues, man? Who is gonna still continue to cut them down, and he's gonna feel completely awful about it. He's also gonna take a few minutes to kind of just like contemplate his decisions, as Tamlis is just gonna fucking just sweep an entire fucking like clear path outside of these mushrooms. She kind of like continues to work at it for about an hour, as all of you kind of put in all of your efforts to just clearing a path for all these caravans to go through. Tamlis is completely unfazed by any of it.
I kill things. And I don't care. No.
I'm putting that down in your party stuff.
That I
It's
kill
not
things,
her
I don't
fault.
care.
Yeah.
It's not her fault that she made a good roll.
I'm putting
just
on her.
say,
Goddess allows her no remorse for killing.
I'm fairly confident that I'm still A-okay with my god.
No, I'm writing that down.
Okay.
After I'm done, however, I don't make it apparent, but I do pray to myself.
Do pray to yourself.
Yes, I pray to my God, but I do it like to myself. Like I do it in private. I don't make any sound or nothing. It's just the act of
Religious.
praying. Vaguely religious.
Okay, so everyone involved is just gonna kind of feel a little bad about clearing a path, but they're just grateful to be out of this peculiar predicament, as they all just kind of just ride in silence for a few hours. As you journey further and further and further, you travel for about another 4 or 5 hours. You can tell it's only maybe an hour or two away from the sun setting for the rest of the day, as you're coming to the end of the field of the dead. Right before you reach the troll claws, you can see that a caravan has been, a very large freight wagon is stranded on the road. Its horses just dead in front of it, as a merchant and 3 guards are kind of taking shelter underneath this wagon, with crates kind of like in front for cover, as you can see crossbow bolts and bolts are just kind of like zipping out of the air, as you see kind of 6 hobgoblins and 1 very large hobgoblin, just kind of like laughing and shooting arrows at this poor caravan, as they're trying very hard not to die.
Finally, some action.
It's time to do our jobs, guys.
Yeah. I walk out and yell out in Goblin, "Back down, walk away, and nobody gets hurt."
Roll for intimidation.
Okay. Oh dear. I rolled an 8.
Okay, the very large hobgoblin is just gonna look at you, and he's gonna just start laughing. It's like, the cute little elf speaks our language. That's adorable. So you can see that these goblins aren't like any other hobgoblins that you've actually fought in the past. They're wearing wolf furs. They're they have paint on their face and on their shields, and they have like wolf icons, kind of like donning their armor and their clothing. They seem very savage.
Savage.
You can do a history check. Mm-hmm.
Let's
Okay.
see. I got a +3.
I have a +6. 15.
You got it.
Okay, so you can actually both identify these as hobgoblins of the Urshani tribe. These they're very, very savage, and they kind of enjoy hunting travelers, but they adorn everything with wolf emblems.
So
If we're on the edge, are we near like trees or rocks or anything I can hide behind?
Nope.
Oh.
You're in
We're
an
on the
open
open.
field. It's almost impossible to hide.
I pull out my dagger and my short sword and I arm myself.
Okay. And as you guys do this, the adventurers that joined you earlier are gonna go like, it's like, what are you doing? Are you gonna fight those beasts? And all of a sudden you can see that out of all of them, there were 5 of them total. Their very tough demeanor has completely disassembled itself, and they're kind of like cowering behind a caravan, as they're just like, it's like, oh god, those things are vicious. Why do they have wolf stuff on there? Are they gonna eat us? Oh my god! And all of a sudden,
I'm sorry. Did you want to help us?
and it seems like you have it handled, miss. We're gonna protect the people while you go handle the vicious human eating goblin thing over there.
All right, just make sure they're safe, especially those little children. All right. I'll handle them. My friends will too.
yeah, I mean, most likely they're not gonna let us pass peacefully, so they need to be dealt with.
Do we roll initiative?
Everybody roll for initiative.
All right. 17.
No, roll it and roll 20, so I have you in the turn order.
I don't have a
can't-
token to touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You didn't give us tokens.
hold on. Boop. There.
Well, it's on a map.
On the map. On the map. All right. If my initiative is not better. All right. I rolled a 17. Can
I
I
know.
have my 17?
Yeah, no, I just want you on the
Okay.
list.
Okay. I was like, I want that.
My character sheet's not filled out, so I had to change that. It should be +5, so that's 8.
8?
So
Yeah.
please,
Oh, okay. Oh, you already changed it. Okay. Hold on
give me a
second.
20.
Hold on a second. Let me get this. What the fuck is it? H. Okay. Hobgoblins.
Damn, I'm so happy that you got the natural 20. I just really wish he had saved it for the fight.
That's what I'm saying. I was quietly just like fucking bullshit. This fucking.
Okay.
That's my only 20 for the night. I'll try not to do anything too necromancy.
Yeah, man.
This is why Dan doesn't trust your character, Cam.
It's okay. I don't
Oh,
mind.
because she doesn't like making shitty decisions?
Oh.
I'm not wrong.
Cause she what?
Doesn't like making shitty decisions.
So Lift is gonna stay in the back and protect the people,
Perfect.
but he can give you any inspiring words from time to time.
Please.
You can do it.
No, you had to sing them.
You can do it.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, Tam, you go first. Which hobgoblin would you like to attack?
There's the leader, right? He's kind of
He's in the back.
obvious. How far is he from me? Is this kind of accurate or?
Somewhat accurate.
Wait. So, I want to guiding bolt
Do it.
at. Oh yeah, first let's see if it hits.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, that wasn't on my character. Plus.
Remind me, that's
8.
radiant damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, that's gonna hit him.
Alright, and I'm gonna cast it at level 3. And that's gonna make it a 6d6.
Okay, so your guiding bolt's gonna travel straight through, and the goblin that spoke up and spoke to Rena directly is just gonna get a shoulder's worth of damage as he receives 16 points of total damage. You kind of like pop his entire like shoulder off. It kind of takes off a huge chunk of its armor as his fucking left arm just goes limp, and he's just like, huh?
Oh, no, go ahead, finish, and then I'll let you know what's the effects of it.
No, he's just gonna look at you. He's like, he's gonna say it in Goblin, but he's gonna be like, that bitch just fucking killed my shoulder.
Killed my shoulder.
Alright, so any attack on him before my next turn has advantage because he's glowing.
Okay. And with that, this hobgoblin right here is gonna ready his longbow, and he's gonna aim it at the person who just attacked his captain.
I'm scared of him.
Oh, I'm not scared of him. As he hits a 22.
Still not scared.
And he's gonna roll for damage, and it's gonna be, oops, oh, that's not what I was doing. 2d8 plus 2. He deals
It's a whole
a palsy 7 points of damage as it grazes Tamlis, injuring her slightly.
Alright, I will fix the health.
Rena's turn.
Alright. Ice knife. Right, that bitch.
Okay.
Oh,
You have to roll for hit
rolled
first.
damage. I know. And it is +6. 24.
Okay, that hits. So it's actually gonna go straight into this guy's abdomen as it explodes. And I believe, what's the Constitution saving throw? Is it Constitution or Dexterity?
Or it's dexterity 14.
Dexterity 14. So that is +1. That guy's gonna fucking. Oops. Okay, so the guy in front of him is gonna see the dagger whiz past him and hit his friend, so he's actually gonna duck down, avoiding all the shards of damage. As everyone else around him is gonna take a huge amount of shards straight into their face and neck. They start yelling out in pain, cursing your name, or not your name, but your presence. And that one did 7 damage, correct? So they all seem as if they're all the ones that did get hit, they seem as if like they've never been hit with an attack so powerful, and they're all starting to get very terrified. As this guy that you actually hit with his dagger or with your ice knife, he's gonna try to hit you with his longbow, and that's a 16, which I don't think hits.
Nope, because I'm dual wielding, so 17 is my AC.
Okay. So how does Ice Knife work? You have to cast a spell with an open hand, so technically you would have to have been holding.
Oh, really?
You would need an open hand, so you wouldn't actually be dual wielding.
I don't see anything about open hand. It just says you create a shard of ice and fling it.
And fling it with your hand, so you can't fling a magical spell with something in your hand.
Yeah, it's in the component part. That S means it's a gesture.
Yeah.
So you need a hand to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Crap.
That's why my shield
So you're
is
gonna...
nice, because my bonus
Wait,
action.
but I have a
into
bonus
the air.
action. But I have a bonus action, so I can literally just put my hand on my dagger on my side and dual wield. Right? Right?
I believe taking out a weapon is an action.
It's not taking it out, it's on my sides. I keep my dagger and my short sword on my side.
But you are not wielding it, you're just holding it.
Fine.
You're gonna take 9 points of damage as the bow hits you. And this gentleman over here, the captain, is going to try to hit Tamilus with his longbow. And he's gonna be like, "How dare you attack me?" Blah 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 blah.
I'm scared of him.
Wait, I think I just tried to roll for initiative. Hold on. That's okay. And he's just gonna miss you terribly as the arrow whizzes past you, hitting the ground behind you. And now it's whose turn?
I don't want to go in there. I'm assuming.
She got really crazy in here.
That's scary.
All this fighting is gonna attract some trolls. No.
The fuck! I'm fucking paper. I'm not, and you guys are all ranged and shit. I go
You don't
in there and
have
we get
any
fucking
range.
torn apart. No.
I'm not that ranged. I just have ranged spells.
Yes, and I don't have anything besides rapiers.
Good luck.
I mean,
Good.
if
You
you
can
could
always
use,
throw them.
You could have given
If you
yourself a
can use-
crossbow, you know.
if you
could
you can
have,
use
but I
a
didn't.
crossbow, I can
I
give
literally
you
had
mine.
a longbow. Yeah, I literally had a longbow that I would have.
You could probably buy a crossbow from one of the many, many merchants on this caravan trip.
Why buy it when you can get it for free? I don't use that shit.
I am going to make use of this very fortuitous situation, and I'm going to go. I'm gonna go behind Tam,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna take the crossbow off her person,
Mhm.
because I can clearly tell she's not using it, and I don't want to go in there. So I'm not gonna steal it from her. I'm just gonna borrow it, but I'm gonna end up keeping it apparently. And I think, how many bolts do you have on you?
I had 69, but I only have 20
Mm.
now. What happened to my bolts? I know I shared some.
You
I
gave
will
some.
take-
I think you gave some to Diondo at one point.
No, that was me,
Oh.
and I got them
I
all
might
back.
have given to some to lift.
So, who is just gonna
You did.
go behind, steal this woman's crossbow and the quiver containing all of her bolts?
20.
20.
Sure. Give me 1 second. While I touch this crossbow and I'll fucking hand everything else later. 1 second. So I give myself this crossbow, and I am just gonna take this this position behind her. It's just a very safe spot.
I'm apparently the new tank.
Yes.
I'm not scared.
Are all these guys alive?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one have we hit?
The dude all the way in the back. The one,
Or did these two in the front hit?
this one here took damage, and then one of these dodged. But I'm not too sure which one dodged.
Okay, well I wasn't paying attention, so I'm just gonna hit this guy closest to me.
What the hell was that?
That's my dice.
This is glowing.
So Carlos, I'm shooting this one right here with my crossbow.
Okay. Yeah, that cool. Yay.
There you go. 5 damage.
You said 5 damage. Okay, so you're gonna hit this guy straight in the torso, right underneath the ribs. He's gonna shriek out in pain as he takes 5 points of damage. Now it's gonna be this the same guy's turn. He's gonna shoot his longbow, but since he can't really see who hiding behind Tamlis, he's just gonna fire over at Tamlis.
I'm scared.
And he's gonna end up not hitting her in any shape or form, as his next guy is gonna start. He's gonna also fire his longbow. He's gonna fire his. Oops. Who's eating paper?
Ow.
And they're all gonna just miss. This guy's also gonna fire his
I'll be right
bow
back.
over at Rena. He's hating the person that sent him shards into his neck, and he's actually gonna hit her.
Damn it.
You're gonna take 13 points of damage, Jordan.
Ooh, guys. I've never taken this much damage, like, in a long ass time. I'm at 23. I'm at half my health.
I just realized I never rolled initiative for Tiondo or for Lucius.
I
Well,
thought
that
they were
explains-
in there.
No, he said he was gonna roll them for us.
Yeah. So, Tiondo's just gonna be like, "You guys are dying. I help now."
Thank you.
As he's gonna just come right here. Wait, sorry. He's this hobgoblin's also gonna fire off an arrow. They rather not get close to you guys, as he's gonna just completely miss Rena altogether. As now it's Tamlis' turn again.
All right. If I stand here, each square is a 5, right?
Yes.
And then, so these 15. Thinking. I don't want to get close. Too close, anyway. Sorry, my hands are kind of full too, so it's taking me a bit to action. Okay. I'm going to move here.
Okay.
And then that.
As soon as you do that, you reveal who just kind of awkwardly standing behind you.
It's okay, he can hide behind the Ondo. Okay. And I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians. Bonus action is to put the shield, throw my shield in front of you. So now anything that starts to turn within 15 feet of me or moves in close into me for 15 feet or have to take damage. And their movement is halved. And they take 3d8 or some shit. 3d8 radiant.
Okay.
Because I'm good.
Cool.
Okay.
So I'm gonna actually let Dan's character go in here, and he's gonna Misty Step. I'm just gonna
don't
have
worry,
him do this.
he won't get hurt.
He's gonna.
Because I can actually hurt my friends too.
It's fine. He's gonna Misty
No,
Step in
God.
between these hobgoblins, and he's gonna show up. Wait, how far can he Misty Step?
It's 60 feet.
Is it 60?
5 of them.
Let me see something. Hold on. I didn't bring up his character sheet because I wasn't planning to actually use him.
Yeah, I have to do a saving throw, and it's their turn. And if they fail, they take full damage. But if they
Actually,
Success
he's just gonna be able to go right. Yeah, so he's gonna go whoop. Pow. gonna teleport right there.
Ooh.
And he's gonna immediately teleport in front of them. They're all gonna look at him, and as soon as he does it, he's gonna use his bonus action, and he's gonna thunder step away from them. And he's gonna thunder step back in this general vicinity. This way. And as he does that, let's see if he has a macro for it. Please have a macro for it. Yes.
Don't you remember?
Yeah, you use it all the time.
And then they all have to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, so con. Oh. Oh. So he's actually going to be able to just kill this one as the other ones take half of that damage. Actually, and in that process, this one's actually going to die to his wounds, and this one's going to be on his last leg. He's going to kind of be breathing heavily, cursing demon face who dare approached him. And then Diondo is going to use it as an opportunity to come right here. He's gonna look at this guy, kind of like just dying on the ground, and he's going to hit him with a two-handed quarterstaff attack. Who has that much feedback? So 8, and that does not hit. And he tries to attack one more time. And that does not hit. So he's going to miss horribly 2 times.
Wow.
As this hobgoblin's going to use this as an opportunity to just move away from everybody else, seeing how dangerous it is to stand next to his friends. And he's going to roll to try to hit. And he's going to miss horribly as Rena's turn comes up.
Yeah, I'm gonna Ice Knight him.
Okay. Which one? The one, I'm guessing the one in the back?
Yeah. 16.
That one does not hit.
Fuck. Okay.
The ice knife just kind of travels, zips past, kind of grazing off his armor and flying off into the distance.
And I can't take out my offside weapon with my bonus action, you said?
Nope.
It has to be a full action to have both my weapons out.
Usually taking your shield, depending on the weapon, if it's like if you like have to take your shield off and put it away, then that's an action. Because you're shuffling through.
No, my dagger's on my side. I literally just have to pull it.
I know, but the action of even pulling anything out or changing things out is an action. Because you're not so. This is according to the rules.
Okay. Okay. I can't do anything else.
Okay. And this hobgoblin's going to fire his arrow over at Diondo.
Which one?
The captain, the big old one.
Oh, okay.
The big papa. And that's not gonna hit either. Diondo's just gonna fucking see it coming, dodge out of the way. Now it's whose turn?
I'm gonna continue to try hiding behind everybody. But at this moment, I am going to brandish both my rapiers instead and take that as my action. And I'm done.
Okay. This one's actually going to use its. This is an opportunity to start pulling on its weapon. It's going to utilize its action.
We're three. Those three in front of me now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he has to do a wisdom saving throw now.
Why? Because it was his turn.
Because yeah, if you start your turn within 15 feet of me, then you have to do wisdom saving throw or take 3d something damage.
Okay, so his wisdom is 0 plus.
38.
Okay, I'm guessing that. And
Fail.
What's the damage?
Oh, 3d8 radiant.
Okay, do it.
This little spirit circling around me.
Oh fuck, he dead. Okay.
And the next one has to do the same thing.
Which one is it? This guy back here. Oh fuck.
Do you want me to roll again for him, or?
I think you have to, don't you?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Fuck, he explodes. Okay, and now this guy. Okay.
Well, okay.
Okay, no. That doesn't leave many people. Lucius is just gonna be like, okay, I think you guys got this. But I'm gonna try to do something. And he's gonna run up to this guy, and he's gonna grip him, and he's gonna try to do,
shotgun grass.
Shotgun grass.
Oh no.
Oh wait, I think he has to roll for hit first. God damn it, Dan! Why does your freaking macro not have your fucking hit? Hey! Hey, look at that. And also his spell is not at the right thing. Oh no, it is. Okay. So this guy's gonna take 8 points of damage. Steam and burning smells are gonna be coming out of his fucking entire orifice. And then it's Tamalis's turn.
Okay. Let's see. This lasts for 10 minutes. So I'm just going to step close enough to be within range of this dude.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it, because I don't want to get too close. Okay, that's all.
Okay. And now it's this guy's turn. And he's just gonna be like, haha, now is my time to shine. As he's gonna take out his weapon and take up all of his time taking out his stupid little sword. As Dionda's gonna come over here, is like, not today, buddy. And he's gonna try to hit him with his quarterstaff. And hopefully hit him.
You mean he said,
Oh fuck, god damn it, Diondo.
You know, what is the
Fuck, man, Diondo spins so much that he fucking falls on his ass. Missing this guy entirely. It's Rena's turn.
I'm gonna firebolt that guy. Wait. I don't remember the range. I might not be able to firebolt him. Nope, I can. 120 feet. I do nothing.
Holy shit.
And my turn, because I can't do anything else.
Okay, damn.
Let's see. Do your saving throw, buddy. Alrighty.
Tam, how does he die?
I have to explain it? Fuck, I don't know. He gets attacked by a whole bunch of little spirits that cover his whole body.
And eat him alive.
This is a very nice spell.
It's whose turn?
You know, if they fail, they still take half damage.
Really?
Use that shit more often. Yeah.
So who's just gonna book it behind this guy? And then do his best to hit him, just stab him. What is rapier? Alright, so it hits.
Yeah, that hits him. Okay, Troy, you can explain how he dies.
So I kind of just come up right behind him as he's surrounded by Deondo and Lucius, and he clearly doesn't see the black bird come up behind him, and as he intends to hit him with a finishing blow, he just makes one inherent plunging stab, and then quickly pulling out and then getting in a couple more jabs really quick as he falls to the ground.
There you go.
And he's done.
And with that, everyone in your party has completely conquered these hobgoblins. You are free to loot their bodies if you'd like. They have longbows and long swords, and that captain actually had a pretty cool javelin and a great sword, and also a bow.
I'm looking for gold.
They have gold, lots and lots of gold.
How much?
They have a total of 125 gold pieces and 5 platinum pieces that they most likely stole from another unseen caravan.
How many are there? 6 of us again?
There are... I don't think there's 6 of you now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4... I mean, you can count lift if you want. That would make it 6. Olympia's still asleep. Olympia, you guys left Olympia on a caravan back in the outside of Eldorado.
Well, if we don't...
We're gonna have to find a way back home.
Alright, I grabbed the gold. I give who 25 gold pieces and 1 of the platinum pieces.
Who's just very confused as to why you're giving him money. Takes it acceptingly.
Oh, because you helped. And Tamilis, I'm gonna give you the other 120 gold. Wait, no, hold. The other 100 gold pieces and the 4 platinum pieces to put into our chest. Our party funds.
How many platinum? 1 platinum?
Yes.
Got it.
Who's gonna eat good seeds tonight?
What's on, so as I go over the captain's body, is there anything particularly interesting about his weapons, or is it the fact that he just has those, like, those are the weapons he just had?
I mean, they're not anything special. They're not magical in any shape or form. You know, they're savage hobgoblins. They're not really in the business of getting really nice stuff. They're after food and some money and shiny trinkets that they can melt into other things.
That's fine.
We can collect the shit, sell it later.
Lift walks up and he puts all of those objects into the bag of holding.
No, there's nothing else out of the ordinary around here.
Nothing out of the ordinary. There's just
passively.
there are just 4 people very scared underneath this caravan. As they come out, so they thank you all profusely for helping them. They know that their caravan is dead. Their horses are dead, and they ask if they can at least ride with you until they can get to a town where they can buy new horses.
They want to walk along with the caravans, or
yeah, they
get
don't join
on our actual.
They just want to join you guys as a group.
I mean, that's not.
Yeah, he's willing to buy passage. And with that,
Oh,
every
needs to talk
single caravan's like, whoa, by passage. Aside
Let's
from
grab him and take him to Yelton. You need to speak to our employer. By the way, are you any of you in need of healing?
no, we're all fine. None of us were hurt. Luckily, you came along. Okay, you guys walk him over to the merchant that has hired you. Tell him about their ordeal, and he says, "I don't have any more space for these guys, but I'll take their money. They can stay on this caravan if you all decide to hoof it."
If we're gonna walk.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what the hell? You guys can buy some horses on your next stop to another inn.
Okay,
Alright.
I don't mind walking.
Okay, and with that, you guys are gonna travel. You're gonna find another large hostel on the edge of the a little past the field of the dead. Oops, wrong map.
I've seen this map before.
Uh-oh.
How did we get home?
Okay, so you guys are actually gonna
We've gone
find
too far.
you guys are gonna find a nice little tiny bit, a nice little hostel. You guys are officially out of the fields of the dead. You can finally light fires and call attention to yourselves as much as you want.
Thank God.
You're in the hillsides. Inside this hostel, they all of your stays are obviously paid for by this great merchant that has hired you. So you don't have to worry about paying him anything, or paying him back, or paying anything else for your food and shelter. As you all finally come to a very nice, peaceful, warm rest.
Cool. Should still keep watch. Let's not forget someone might be out to kill Rena.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
Okay, and with that, I'm going to end it, guys.
Alrighty.
Because I gotta do a 5K tomorrow.
I have to go to church.